Action.
Action. Oh shit, I gotta turn my light on. I wasn't ready.
Gave you a
Why not?
countdown there, buddy.
The
Nice.
dark side.
I'm Millennium
Dun, dun,
Falcon.
dun. Ooh, I have a Millennium Falcon shirt too.
That's actually a cool one.
Yeah, it's got like the
I have you now.
Y wing and the
one that
yeah.
didn't make it. So welcome everyone. Oh, that's the bloody ad for this episode that I'm currently watching. It's an ad for The Art of Joe, Volume 1 Precision. No, it doesn't matter. Welcome to this episode, this Star Trek Discovery review of episode 15. This is, we know what happened at the end of the season. The Red Angel suit went a long time ago, and it travelled via its special drive to a galaxy far, far away. And this is what happens when the Red Angel has altered the entire reality of existence. And now we are in the post-Red Angel Discovery Season 2 world. And this is the reality we now live in, with all these things, with Jedi and lightsabers and time travel, galaxies. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it was a wise choice for the Discovery people to do that.
Star Wars, yeah. We created the Star Wars universe. But Discovery.
People are gonna hate us.
What do you think of my joke then? Was that right?
Oh, it was awesome. I have no words. It was just so good. Hi guys.
Hello. So episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting and provocative title.
More
and
so
as
than The
J.J.
Last
Abrams
Jedi.
said, as J.J. Abrams said about the title, it's like not wrapping up a series of 3 movies, it's wrapping up a series of 9 movies. So the name will become apparent when we watch the movie.
Although, just say that, but it's not as if episode 7 was meant to start the wrap-up of all 9, and then 8 definitely wasn't designed to wrap up 9.
No.
So I guess that...
Well, this new trilogy wasn't written as a trilogy. It wasn't even conceived of as a trilogy. It was each written independently.
Well, no, it was. We're doing 3 more with these characters.
Well, yeah, we knew that, but
it was a trilogy.
It wasn't a trilogy
of
story writing. There's no concepts that carried over really. And I think the Last Jedi is definitely going to be the odd man out as far as these movies go.
That and Phantom Menace has been the weird two for different reasons.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Analysis of Sci-Fi says, why is it called Rise of Skywalker? I thought Luke was dead, but remember Leia is technically still alive and she's a Skywalker. Mm-hmm. So technically there is still a Skywalker in the universe, even if one of them isn't revealed. So we're going to talk about this teaser. If you guys are here to watch it with us, and we'll stay as long as you guys will let us be here. And I guess I will start sharing on our Trek pages. Yep.
Oh, we have Fleetyards too. Share that one.
I will.
But yes, Joseph Petrick is here. What a surprise! Thank you, Joseph. Puts in €2. The fungi drive brought me here. May the live long and prosper be. Yes. May the live long and prosper be with you.
And also with you.
Yes.
In the needs of the many.
I was thinking that, yes. Do or do not. There's no try. I don't know.
What would that be? It'd be the needs of the no, I don't know. I'm not smart like that. I can't think of things off the top of my head that quick.
I can usually, but I'm kind of tired right now. Had a long night last night, and then didn't get a lot of sleep, and then
we had this bright.
Got literally really tired like 40 minutes ago, and I'm like, I can't even lay down for a nap because I got to come talk to you guys.
This is your nap. No, your energetic nap.
Oh, yay! Yes, and then later tonight, when I want to go to sleep, I'll be wide goddamn awake. Yeah. Anyway, Clivoid puts in $2. It's about Kylo. Dun dun dun. Yeah. Well, see, Rise of Skywalker. It could be that Rey's a Skywalker. It could be that Kylo's a Skywalker because he kind of is, even though he's a solo. He's a solo Skywalker, right?
He is the solo Skywalker of the film.
Ooh. Or is he?
Because Leia's like, boy, watching her performance is gonna be very strange. It's like we used old clips from the other 2 movies we deleted. That's what we've got. It's
going to be interesting to see how they handled it, because I really thought after she passed away that This one is going to start with either the opening crawl saying that Leia passed away, and
Yep.
you know her funeral has restored hope for the rebellion, and blah blah blah
What, the
blah.
12 of them?
Yes.
They're all dead, Stuart. All of them.
And or the opening scene is going to be her funeral and like the secret behind the scenes rebellion talk as the funeral was going on. That's what I thought, but I guess not. They're going to have her in this, so.
But what a disrespect.
And that's good. This was supposed to be her movie. This was supposed to be her movie, so.
But that's the problem. You've got a double sword of disrespect to the characters, disrespect to the actress. You know, how do you bring the actress back once she's passed away? But unfortunately, that disrespects the character, because the character got absolutely shortchanged in these films. When it was meant to be, like you say, her outing, each one was meant to get one. Although, you know, we'll get to. Well, I guess might as well just cut to the clip. You know, them hugging, which seems very out of context. But knowing visual effects, honestly, where is it?
What's the hug from? The Force Awakens.
Yes, but they're not in the same location that they were. So I'm thinking that they're gonna like because you can remove people from backgrounds. It's called rotoscoping.
Yes.
You know. They can use footage of her and just make her in a different room. So they might be able to like real cleverly. That's expensive stuff to do, like relighting and stuff. You know, and they can probably even digitally like change people's costumes. Like if they really push it, you know, Rey hugs based on the first costume, and then we see a hug in the third film. It's the exact same scene, different angles, completely digitally re-backgrounded. And
you know what I hate?
Amazing. Star Wars.
Sorry, I don't hate Star Wars. What's wrong with you? What I hate is my favorite character is nowhere to be seen in this trailer.
But you've got a replacement now. You've got another BB dude person.
You got
a mini
BB-8 and a BB baby. A BB baby. It's like a Beanie Baby, only different. Nah.
Yeah.
That's clever. Come on now.
That's good. No, I chuckled.
But
sorry, I'm still showing.
No R2D2. We see C3PO doing like action-y things, and we don't see any goddamn R2D2. And R2D2 is the thread that holds the Star Wars universe together. Always has been. So he better be in it. But anyway. Oh, we got some super chats, so that's really, really good. Let's see what we got here. Eugene puts in 200 rubles and says, that which is dead may never die. Yeah, I mean, we hear Skywalker, we hear Luke talking jibber jabber, and do you think he's going to be like a Force ghost in this? Yeah.
A billion percent. Yeah.
1 billion percent. We're straight from
I'd
Samuel's
put like
mouth.
$1,000 on it. Like if there were bets, I'd put like a straight.
Oh,
1,000.
really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna bet against you.
No, anyway. You should not. I'll make some bets.
If anybody wants to bet against them, let us know.
I'll make some predictions on this. I think you should too. It'd be kind of fun to say, like, because we can go back and watch this and be like, "Damn, we got everything right or nothing right." Because this is a really interesting teaser. I think this is a better teaser than last time, because they show us way more plot this time than last time, way more plot. Because they have to, I think. Sorry, still sharing.
Yes, and I'm still reading super chat, so shut up. Joseph Petrick puts in €2. Kylo sounds metric. It should be imperial. Oh my god. Really? Really? That does deserve an applause. It's Kylo. It's like a kilometer. I see what you did there. D.A. Gordon puts in $2. Medical frigate Gordon here. Whole family is ill. Well, that's awful. I hope they get better soon. And you're on a medical frigate, I guess, so that's a good thing. Yes. Okay. Tab Extra puts in, I think it's New Zealand, 50. It makes me think of Discovery, a desperate fan service after fan backlash. Yeah. Yeah. And this is the one area I think J.J. Abrams is going to shine. He's going to really kind of restore the faith of a lot of people. And I was happy that he got The Force Awakens, because I knew that he was a huge Star Wars fan and would really do it justice. And despite what you're going to say about The Force Awakens being a retread of Star Wars, it did bring back the feel of Star Wars.
And it gave us some amazing Han moments. Like Harrison Ford did one of his best performances in the last 15 years in that film. He gave a shit, and that's
JJ was brave enough to break his ankle with the Millennium Falcon door. Even though it's like, can you imagine being J.J. Abrams when that happened? It's like, we know that Harrison Ford hates the role and didn't want to come back, but for the money, he did it. And then the set attacks him. His beloved ship attacks him, breaks his ankle, and he's an old man, so it's not going to heal like super easily. Oh man, I would feel so bad.
I think he was back working in a month. I think it healed real quickly. I think he actually was miraculous. Same with him when he flew his plane in. That guy is actually a trooper. You know, when he crashes
he's
his plane.
A real Indiana Jones.
But
the time, D.A. Gordon puts in another $2. I hate that I saw no X-wings. Well,
we saw an
I
A-wing.
didn't see an R2, and I hate that too. But it doesn't mean it's probably going to be something in there. Don't worry. This is just the first teaser trailer. We're going to get other trailers, I'm sure, and we'll see more.
I'm also
going to be happy.
I'm also going to download the first teaser for the last film as well. I want to think, what do we see in that last one? You keep talking. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what we saw in that last one.
So I remember the trailer, not the teaser.
Force Awakens, I remember the one quite vividly.
Yeah.
Which started off like this one, heavy breathing, and then it's Finn popping up with the stormtrooper armor on the desert planet. Good. So it's got the same kind of beat as this.
Well, all three of them do. Yeah. But in that one, we had it's time for the Force to die, and everyone's like, "Fuck you!" And this one, it's like, "Yay! Look, Lando's being happy. Look, C-3PO's on a mission, doing shit, and look, Emperor's back. Look, it's like shit's happening, not fuck you, Force. It's like stuff's happening that's positive. Good."
Yeah. Speaking of Lando back, I mean, I thought he should have been back in the last one, and I also think he should have answered the call that Leia put out at the very end, where they're like, "Nobody's answered our call." There should have been some hint of a signal, and it was like possibly Lando, but I'm glad he's back.
That should have been the same thing as Episode 7, where right at the end they go to the planet, and then he's looking at a cockpit. He turns around and he lowers his cape. And it's Lando, and it cuts. It's like both movies ends with the guy not saying anything. It's like, I was in it for 1 second. Next film. Do you know what I mean? That would have been perfect.
Yeah, that would have been.
It's not as impressive, but it's like a screw you, this is funny sort of moment. Because you're right, actually. Because that's the thing. I mean, no one.
And then somebody. Sorry, and then somebody tosses him the keys to the Falcon, and he's like,
"Yeah,"
over his shoulder and walks away.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have pissed people off, though.
Yeah. Although it's not, I kind of appreciate now we've got Solo, which is actually a decent movie with a few problems, but it's a decent movie. So I now relate more to this Lando character. I mean, he got more time in that movie than he did the entire trilogy. So actually, seeing him now as the lead of the Falcon works so much better now. Actually, because that makes sense. He's one of their only friends now in the galaxy. Someone, I think Red Letter Media pointed out that Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon in Episode 7 was just kind of, why are they there? Because they're there. But Chewie's an important person, and so if you make Lando and Chewie a team, they are the ship they have in the entire film. That is it. That's their one ship. He could have a really great role.
And
Yeah,
and speaking of the Falcon, I wanted to point this out as well. It's got its old dish back, or a round dish back.
Oh,
the
shit.
rectangular one is gone.
Again, appeasing fans. We didn't ask for it, but that's funny. That's real funny.
What is oh shit?
No, I didn't realize that. That's funny. That's true. Because it's them saying we're gonna go back on this, guys. We're gonna trying to get fan feedback.
I saw it first time and I thought I missaw it, and then I saw it the second time and I'm like, okay, I need to rewind now. Check it, and yes, sure enough, it's round. It's don't know if it's a flashback to an older scene, or if it's been replaced again. I would be fine. I'd be perfectly happy if it got replaced again, and is now back to, or the Falcon's been restored now that Lando has it. To more of a pristine condition. Because in the novels, when Han and Leia were married. And had the kids, he had slowly restored the Falcon back to almost new condition. which is something I always wanted to see. I'm sure I know we saw it in Solo as being brand new, but it looks pretty crisp and clean in that shot. I mean, so either it's a flashback or it's restored.
It is real far away and out of focus. But I didn't even think about that. Although I will again put money on it. Well, okay, not money, but I absolutely guarantee / quote unquote that we're gonna see flashbacks with de-aging, because we saw how good as a hero Samuel Jackson was in that film, and that flawless, superb. So what better way? They're going to throw 80 million at Harrison Ford. Throw him a boat ton of money. Say, Harrison, for 5 minutes of screen time, we'll give you 80 million. You said you're retired, but you're not going to play you from the present. You're going to play you from Star Wars. And that's going to be a scene with him and Luke saying something secretive, future-y, like, flashing back. And that will be the scene that makes fans jizz. Because that's what you have to do. You have to double win, but not just in a... Look, fan service, like a real plot device, because you can do that now. They're here, they exist. Yeah. That is something you have to do as fans, and it gets you to have Luke back, a live Luke.
That would be amazing.
It's easy
if they do that. But then again, with our Discovery speculations, we always speculate on the coolest stuff that we'd like to see. Never really pans out.
But as you said, Discovery sort of half went for fan feedback, but Star Wars knows they can either make or break their franchise. If they don't succeed in this movie, they've killed the franchise, at least as an active, we're all excited. Or they could win. Because imagine if they had that scene. Or imagine if, and again, I think this will also be easy to do, because they need Hamill in at least a third of it. Like, Hamill's going to be in a lot of it.
Why was my face super huge?
It's the low connectivity thing. Yeah, just because I'm barely framed. Yeah. Again, new Skype, it sucks. But I bet you same thing, because we're going to get Force Ghost Luke talking to Rey, and he's going to show her via Force Ghost magic flashback, him being the Jedi leader at the temple, which we always want to see, him being the epic Jedi, and then we're going to see young Kylo, de-aged, that kid, young Mark Hamill, again, looking like the in-between, kind of like in full black robes, green lightsaber, doing cool action stuff that everyone's like, why the fuck haven't we seen this? And so fans get those moments of seeing classic Luke doing the cool stuff, and then we see like a montage of 5 minutes of stuff leading up to Kylo Ren's going bad, and that's our cool montage of Luke being awesome and aging as he goes. So he goes from like clean, literally right out of Revenge of the Sith with Harrison Ford. Harrison's the one that says, "Hey kid, do that temple you've been talking about," and maybe using old footage of Carrie Fisher from the Return of the Jedi. I mean, you own the footage. You know what I mean? There's really simple ways of having massive fan that JJ would do, not Rian Johnson, who did Yoda, which was the surprise. Give him that. That was cool. But JJ knows the amount of stuff you have to do to win. Those sorts of moments now are so doable with de-aging that, like, throw money at it and you'll get fans just jizzing. I mean, same thing with Darth Maul. Mm-hmm. Genuinely good. That's one of the best parts of that movie, because it's like, ooh, world building. What are the people saying?
Yes, they're saying lots of things, and I would love to see all those things you talked about. I'd love to see a young Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher saying, here's our little bastard kid who's an asshole. Here, take him. Take him to your Jedi
Leia
training
can't
thing.
Talk, though, because that's breaking that promise to not do it again. To do that thing. She'll be in the background.
She could be in the background. Yeah, exactly.
But Harrison, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Martin Jorgensen says Palpatine is back, evil cackling.
Now what?
It would have been cool to have like Yoda laugh, and then it turns into an evil cackle, and it's like, Yoda was the evil one all along.
The rise of Skywalker.
You will be. You will be. So evil in that scene.
Or even better, it should have been Jar Jar. Finally confirming the theory of Darth Jar Jar. Messiah's
still
back.
Could be.
As I told you, I'll be back. You thought you could kill me. No, I kill you. Okay, what?
Yeah, because that's exactly what they need to save the franchise. Good call.
But question though, what did you think though when you heard Palpatine at the end? Because that is a thing out of nowhere.
That that kind of gave me a little bit of goosebumps. I'm like, whoa, really? He's been still around through all of this. And then the first thing I thought is how he ties into Snoke. What the deal was with that. It's got to be explained, and it's got to be explained well. And if they only have Martin Devon says Grover is back. Hey, you do a better Grover than Jar Jar. It's got to be explained as to what happened exactly with them, but hopefully they will get it explained well. I'm hoping this is a little bit of a longer movie, kind of like Avengers Endgame being 3 hours.
Ooh, yeah, the epic conclusion.
I would be down for this being. Yeah, I would be down for this being 3 hours, just because I think they got a lot to fix and a lot that they need to kind of give the fans. And even having a post-credit sequence as a possible, maybe something else could possibly happen. I know that they're saying this is like the last trilogy, but
well, it's the last trilogy of the Skywalker.
It's Star Wars, man.
But
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
That's the thing. If you make it longer, you can have those flashback moments. That seriously, that's what you need to save. Because you don't just do them for the sake of it, you do them narratively. That's why I think the Emperors are really exciting, because he says him being in it is more world-building narrative-y stuff. Because Episode 7 was very kind of like insular. Episode 8 was very much like kill the past. Episode 9 might bring back all like the broader universe of stuff, which is, there's so much to take from, you know. It's like, why have we never seen Force Ghost, Qui-Gon Jinn? Why has Liam Neeson not been in them to help? Like, there's all these elements you could have. And so the Emperor, I mean, it's a bit contrived to say he's back, but I showed my dad this yesterday, and he said, well, what if then the Emperor was the guy that was controlling Snoke, in a sense of his energy was, because in the books he's gone beyond corporeal existence. What if Snoke has been Palpatine the entire time, but he couldn't be Palpatine again, he wouldn't have the same respect. And so it almost, while it breaks down all the franchise to one villain, doesn't that bring a certain level of like roundedness of he's been the villain for all 9 movies, and he actually, he defeated the Jedi, cool for him, he did it again and again. Like, there's a sense of there's a reason he's that cool, rather than Snoke being who's him, no one cares, kill. Or is it cop out to have him be back again as a baddie?
No, I don't think it's cop out. I think if it's done properly, it could be epic. We're gonna get the whole Darth Plagueis reveal that maybe he is Darth. I don't know.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to pull Darth Plagueis into it, because that's been talked about since the last movie about the Snoke and all this. But
Plagueis the Wise.
Yeah. Eugene puts in 200 rubles and says, "I've seen elements of Return of the Jedi and rejected concepts for The Force Awakens."
Oh.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Jill Wright puts in $2. Force Awakens had the magic of 4, 5, and 6, and love the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, The Force Awakens is a fine movie, but it's only a fine movie,
I enjoyed it.
It's really enjoyable, but it's just fine, because it is just the same movies again. That's the thing. The pendulum was like one way, and then it swung the other way. Now we need this middle value of like a good film and a good new film. But the thing is, Jones, that's his biggest complaint of that film, is it's not original in the slightest. That's the biggest complaint of that film, I think.
Yeah.
So that if he just addresses that, it'll be a better film.
Yeah. And Tab Extra says, in Star Wars Legends, Chewie died saving the Solo children. Much better. Yeah.
A moon fell on him.
Yeah.
It's a good book.
Pretty epic.
Yeah.
Jeff Jacobs, $3. Okay, I am impatient. I will go again at 100. Make me pay. 100 likes, guys. We got 180 people here, which is a good turnout. We weren't sure what to expect for a Star Wars one. But you guys, if you want to put in your Star Wars thoughts, your speculations, anything you saw in the trailer, by all means, feel free to super chat, because we do get that in a separate window. It's easier to see. We might miss your comment or question if it's flying by on the general chat. But by all means, just chat amongst yourselves and let us know what you think, or jump in with super chats. It's very appreciated.
And also, we've got 175 people watching. That's actually really good. We did this. Yes. We don't ever do lives on Saturdays really, and it's obviously not our major topic. So thanks so much for.
This is a special one.
But actually, I was genuinely excited by this teaser. I'm not a fan at all of the last one, and they know that this is the one to make or break. And I think this trailer was very well pitched, actually, because I literally walked out of the last film thinking I don't give a shit. Like literally, I don't care. There's nothing they can do with the trilogy. They've ruined they've ruined over half the plot lines. Like
now,
yeah.
Yeah. Now, was I right in assuming that I saw part of the Death Star on the planet crashed, or at least one of a major gun thing?
I mean, look at your pictures. I mean, it looks like that to me. I mean, if I was a betting man.
Well, are you a betting man? Oh yeah, you want to bet $1,000. You want to bet $1,000 that.
That I'll bet though. Yeah, but that's obvious. Like that's the only way you can bring back him, except because things you did it for Obi-Wan. It's the exact same. Like that's the thing you do. Because then you can explain why he knew he could die, because then it'll be more powerful than he ever imagined, and he's more useful that way. You know, he realised I can't just be this hermit, but if I die, I can be Force Ghost me, and, you know, how is he best able to be trained, not by a live Obi-Wan, but by dead Obi-Wan? So, you know.
I think we're going to have a Force Ghost battle. You're going to see, like, young Ewan McGregor and Qui-Gon Jinn, and everybody firing up their lightsabers.
Against Snoke. Ghost battle, yeah.
A
full-way ghost battle.
And the Sith ghost of Palpatine, because it's not really his real body.
And Maul.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Maul.
Will he have robot legs if he's a ghost, or will he have his regular legs, you think?
Would robot legs help in a Force ghost battle?
You know what? They might. They might.
Although, I'll be honest though, you de-age a few of the actors, because obviously it was like been 20 years, but I mean, yeah, Force ghost it up. I mean, it'd be a ridiculous scene. But sure.
Would it be too cheap of a scene, do you think, to have a few Force ghosts conversing, or do you think like just one, like Luke? You know, do you think it'd be better to have Yoda and like Obi-Wan show up? Like it could be done well. It would just almost seem like a cop out a little bit, I think.
Okay, now I guess we'll jump away from the Death Star for a sec, because that's a different topic. So the thing about Force ghosts is that obviously we thought episode 8 would follow episode 7, right? It doesn't. It does its own thing. And so because of Kylo Ren's apparent, devotion to Darth Vader, I was certain narratively that we would see Anakin, would see Hayden Christensen come back as Force Ghost Anakin, and be able to say, hey Kylo, I mean grandfather, look mate, you're not doing the right thing. / you see Force Ghost Darth Vader, because you say Anakin, was the chosen one. His Force Ghost has two sides of him, because he has the anger kill side and the good side. You could save him, but he still has both in the Force, and so you actually have him talk to episode 3 him, because I think it's silly to not acknowledge the first 3 when you can bring back Hayden and Ewan McGregor and such. So I was sure that was going to happen, because narratively that made sense. That if Vader's teaching him via Force Ghost, that's a really nice thing, and you get to have evil Hayden. But obviously the film was not going to ever be that, because Rian Johnson. So I would hope that this is their one last chance, that you have Force... I mean, because that's the thing, why wouldn't Force Ghost Luke meet Force Ghost Obi-Wan? I mean, why wouldn't you? Ewan McGregor's older now, put him in the full... he looked almost like the other guy, I can't remember his name, from the first one. He can make him look very similar to, the same actor. And then, yeah, I mean, that's what a good payoff, Oh, you finally died, Luke. Yes, the old cudger, and then he gets to play the older
Sir Alec Guinness.
Thank you. So he gets to play that version of him as well, and everyone loves Ewan McGregor. He was the best part of those 3 films. I mean, that's such an obvious thing to get fan love. It could be a great scene. You could have both teaching Rey. That's great. And then you could say, oh you're my daughter. My secret sister's daughter. I'm a Kenobi. Oh, I'm old Ben. I don't know, I'm doing an accent. It's fun to do.
It's really good. I'm impressed, actually.
No, you're lying. You're bullshitting
I'm
me.
not. No. You do. You sound like Sir Alec Guinness, for sure. Tab Extra puts in another super chat with no comment or question, but thank you very much. That's all greatly appreciated. If you guys, if you don't want to super chat because you know that YouTube skims 30% off the top, you can always use our PayPal option, which is in the links down below. Or you can help us on a monthly basis by joining Patreon, which is very greatly appreciated, because the more Patreon we get every month, the more cool content we can create. New shows, perhaps, things like that. But anyway, sorry, I got off topic a little bit. But all the links to the relative stuff is down below, so thank you very much for checking them out.
And Joe says, the Sith haven't learned how to become Force Ghosts at this point, correct? Well, I mean, we have no idea. Remember, you destroyed all of Legends, so all we know is this 9 films. So there's no reason to think Palpatine wouldn't know to be a Force ghost. I mean, Qui-Gon learned it first, gave it to Yoda. Cool, but why wouldn't Palpatine's far stronger than Qui-Gon? I wouldn't. Why didn't Plagueis know it? Maybe Plagueis has been haunting everyone for years.
And maybe Plagueis was the first one to figure it out because he seems to be the smart cookie that can.
Well, have you read the?
Maybe
Plagueis?
he tried bringing himself. Maybe he tried bringing himself back from the dead, and it didn't quite work.
He made
so
Force ghosts.
Became a Force ghost, and he's like, "Hey, this is sweet. I got to find a way to get a body back." But he tried to actually, become rejuvenate his body. It just didn't work. It works.
That's fun. I like that. Did you read the Darth Plagueis book, the dedicated novel?
I did not.
It is really good, really, really good. I was actually blown away how good it was.
Who wrote it? Do you know?
I don't, but it was one of the big couple. It's one of the origin books. Same with not Palpatine's, Tarkin. I think it's the same guy, but it was real good. I've no idea if it's still canon. I think it was in between the merger, but I mean the story is so interesting because he was not a Jedi, he was a banker, but then or a Sith. I mean he had this amazing transformation, and then Palpatine's his apprentice, and I won't. Okay, sort of a spoiler, but the implications that Plagueis actually was still Sidious's master all the way up until Attack of the Clones, which is like really a mind f to think that, and it literally cuts to scenes in those 2 films where then Palpatine walks out to go to see Plagueis and reports, and that Maul was the secret apprentice of Palpatine, or he was more the assassin. He wasn't, he got away with it because he was just his Jedi, Sith assassin, and then Palpatine kills him as part of his plan in Episode 3. Like, it's all part of the same plan, and so he managed to kill the Old Master and become Emperor and kill the Jedi, and that's why he's such a good Sith, because he does all this under Plagueis, because in his last few years he tried to do the immortality thing, but literally that implies that when he tells Anakin, he only killed Plagueis 2 years ago, the story of Plagueis the Wise, the guy I killed 18 months ago. It's it's really weird, it really changes the context. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah. Well, back to the Death Star. This looks like the same planet that they found Luke on, which is weird. It's got the cliff faces and the rough waters. It'd be cool if it was like Endor.
Yeah.
Because you would think there'd be parts of besides decimating the atmosphere of Endor and killing everybody on the planet or the moon.
Would that be a great fan thing? It's like, okay, we got back to Endor. What happened? All the Ewoks died. What?
But there's parts of the Death Star. Let's go look.
And so everyone loves Ewoks. It's like, yeah, we hated them too, so we killed them all in canon. It's like, oh yeah. But that's the thing though. If this isn't Death Star 1, because that was vaporized in deep space, Death Star 2 is above Endor. I mean, is that Endor then? Is that just? I mean, that's a hefty thing to have.
I mean, it could possibly be. Seems like a lot of environment for a moon.
Well, think about what's going to happen after a Death Star crashes into an Endor. Bad things. The planet's ecologically destroyed, I think, at that point. So,
yeah.
But imagery.
So I don't know. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of the unused concepts and stuff. If you look at the art book for The Force Awakens and for The Last Jedi, there's a lot of cool unused stuff, especially on Luke's the planet they find Luke on. So. And a lot of this imagery looks similar, so I don't know if... what?
Oh, no, keep going. I just comment at the end.
I was just going to say a lot of this imagery looks similar to what we see in those books. I don't know how many of those unused concepts, which were actually fantastic. There were some really cool ideas they had that never just panned out or got used. If they could use some of those in this one, and I'm sure J.J. Abrams would try to do that, because there were some great ideas.
Well, and it was his art team as well.
And he's a hack. He steals other people's ideas. So
the ones he paid for a decade ago. Although it's interesting because there was actually the costume for Hayden being in Force Awakens. They had a full costume designed, makeup designed. It was this was going to be a thing, and it wasn't a thing. Wonderful comment by David Schroeder. The Ewoks were on the forest moon of Endor, so that could be Endor.
Endor.
Because that's a great conceit.
Yeah.
Be really fun, actually, I think.
I never really considered that. Like, the moon's not called Endor. They're on the forest moon of Endor. Yeah.
That's very clever.
Wow, you just blew my mind.
David did. All
There are
credit to
pieces
him.
of my mind. There are pieces of my mind all over this room that you got to scrape off the walls and the ceiling.
Or because this ring feels, and the way the outer bit, it feels like Death Star 1. It's too clean. It's too... Because Death Star 2 was infinitely big. It was absolutely absurd, you know. So what if this is the Death Star prototype? Like the first test one, which was... It got destroyed, it was destroyed, it didn't work, and they left it here, and then tech inside that is the key, or that's where Palpatine's been hiding, or, the prototype... which again is fun because we've seen Rogue One. We know how that journey started, I guess.
Yeah, and Eugene just messed everything up, as Eugene sometimes does. But he said that Endor is actually a gas giant. So
yeah, I didn't think it was a full planet. But it could be a different moon of. I think it's like 3 moons of Endor.
Yeah. It's not the forest moon. This is the aquatic moon.
Yeah.
And there's a desert moon too, and a snow moon, and a night moon, and
Pandora, the glow in the dark moon.
Ooh, the glow in the dark moon, yes. Yeah, the marijuana moon. I'm sure there's one of those.
And the
anyway,
and the full moon is just people mooning. Good stuff.
We got some super chats. Let's jump on the super chats real quick. Hold on.
So super.
Steven we got 208 people, guys. Everybody click like. Let's get to 200 likes.
That's good.
Steven puts in $5. Am I crazy to think that Rogue One was the best new Star Wars movie? Looking forward to new non-disco ship videos. There's one today. Love you guys. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Steven. And yeah, check out today's video because it's non-Discovery related. But you're not crazy to think Rogue One was one of the best new Star Wars movies. I really enjoyed Rogue One. It really had that feeling of the original movie, and I would love, I'd watch it right in front of Star Wars. Just lead right into Star Wars. I watch them back to back, and I think it's great. A lot of people say it's the story we didn't need because we knew exactly what happened, but I really enjoyed Rogue One. I thought it was really well done.
And it's amazing how you can just put them side by side, the two films. They didn't feel the need to go out and visually reboot and retcon, otherwise you couldn't have watched them side by side. No, Rogue One's a great sign that you can actively respect the source material, because, that thing just felt like a visually, cinematically updated version of that era. Because it did. It didn't feel like it was filmed in the 70s, but it was the same. Even though it had computers that clearly looked not very advanced, clearly all these things, but it's like, but they respected it. So I'll give Gareth Edwards...
Because it's a period piece, that Star Wars thing. It's a galaxy far, far away, so...
Star Wars fans are louder. It's more mainstream, so if Star Wars fans bitched, as we've seen 50-50, now they're having to, change their entire direction of the franchise, Star Trek fans bitch and say... Yeah, we'll do some things, shut up and go away, but all pay us money. It's it's amazing. Anyway, in terms of Rogue One, I still think the first, third is just waste. There's some great bits in it, but it's way too long, and there's not enough. There's just, I was bored for the first 30 minutes. It's not a well-balanced movie, but there's some really good stuff in it. It's definitely the most Star Wars. Definitely the most Star Wars, but that's because it literally is just a Star Wars story in the thing. I think Solo is probably a better maybe.
Yeah,
but
I enjoyed Solo.
They're both different in different ways of balance. Force Awakens are more big, scopy, and just seeing Harrison Ford is excellent. Although I hate him in that movie, the start, when he's in that shitty ship. It's why is he in that ship? Who cares? Oh, we found his Millennium Falcon. How? Who cares? He's got this monster. 'Cause. It's why is any of this the thing? Why is this? Why did you waste that on this character? Have him be a general. Come on. Read Legends, you dick. Anyway.
Oh. Joseph Petrick puts in €2. I prefer Death Star rather on Endor than Indoor. Did we say it wrong? Is that what you're saying, Joseph? Did we say Indoor? I don't say Indoor. I say Endor.
I say Intar, which is a weapon in Stargate.
But if we said it too fast, maybe it sounded like Endor. We apologize, Joseph.
The forest moon of Endor.
Endor. Endor, 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 Endor.
The forest moon of... Wait,
Endor.
hold on. 3, 2, 1, Stuart. Endor.
What?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, we can't sync it up because when it's synced up on my end, it's not synced up on your end. Endor. This is Star Wars ASMR Trekyards or Fleetyards style, guys. R2D2. R2D2. Yoda.
I wish I had a lightsaber. I wish I had a lightsaber go. Bzzz.
I do. I have one upstairs, but I didn't bring it down with me. God damn it.
Anyway, so 216 people we forced them to watch this.
Sweet.
Oh, actually, well, I got to point out the edit, good summary. Star Wars fans complain, Disney, we hear you, we have your back. Star Trek fans complain, shut up, you racist, sexist nerds. Yeah, they did call us racist, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And they also call us basement dwelling, whatever. But whatever.
Despite we're the ones that buy their tickets. Star Wars Celebration.
Yep. Tab extra. Comments again. Can we get a Star Wars movie without a super weapon? Now, where's the fun in that? Maybe there'll be a Force super weapon where all of the Force ghosts that we talked about earlier will combine Voltron style to like be able to move planets and crush planets.
Well, size matters not. Even death matters not. That's the new catchphrase. Death matters not. Thing is though, super weapon yes, but destroyed super weapon as part of plot, fine. Like that's cool, you know. If Palpatine's secret, energy core is in the first Death Star prototype, it was lost years ago, or his secret base is underneath it. You know what I mean? That's interesting. Or I don't know if you've read much of the Legends books, but there's a really, really good way about how Palpatine survived, and he's actually in the later Legends books. And it's actually really clever, and it's second Death Star's involved, and clones are involved, and it's really smart stuff. And that would have been a better story than these 3 films, easily, because it was the story for like 30 years.
Yeah. Clivoid, $2. Thank you very much. Looking for crystals. What, kyber crystals?
Ooh, yeah, maybe. You need some big ones for the Death Star. Ziz.
Oh, that's right. The Death Star cannon does use large kyber crystals, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, maybe the only way to defeat the First Order, which is now a massive force apparently, even though after The Force Awakens they were a very small force everyone laughed at. But, Stuart, 5 minutes of real time makes an empire an empire. Did you notice that, Stuart? They went from being no one cares to taking over the galaxy literally within the course of one conversation in real time. Ryan Johnson, you fuck. So wouldn't it be great if they have to go to the Death Star 2 because they need to make their own super weapon based on Death Star tech to defeat Star Destroyers? It's not bad. They can do that in the Legends as well, but that's okay.
Like Jonathan Patterson there, he says it's where he keeps his clone. Because we know that Palpatine, at least in some of the novels and comics, had like multiple clones in different stages.
Real clever.
Maybe one's still alive in a stasis pod.
Yeah.
Rive Law I-Band Rocked U2. Thank you. That's quite the name. But it's in €5.
Thank you.
Since the gas Endor was never shown or mentioned, they can easily retcon that. It's not like they care much about pre-written stuff. I think things like star systems and stuff, they'd follow a little bit closer than they would some of the story elements. But yeah, you're absolutely right. They could definitely retcon that. It's not Star Trek Discovery, though, so I doubt they will.
They wouldn't visually retcon Endor's now a desert, because Endor's now got its own 4 moons, because... Although I'm pretty sure we see diagrams, though, of the gas giant in the hologram suite when they're doing the story, when they're doing the prep for the meeting, and then they go from like the gas giant, they zoom into the little Endor planet. I'm pretty sure Chris only showed the massive gas giant and the Endor compared to it at some point.
Wasn't that in Star Wars though? with Yavin? Because there was a huge red gas giant that the Death Star had to come around. Was that the one you're thinking of?
No, but
No?
yes. I mean, yes, that also happened, but not what I was thinking of. I just feel like they've probably
Okay,
shown
well.
Endor. I feel like they must have. I'm going to go back and look. Well, there's more super chats, Neil. Keep me quiet for a second.
Okay.
I got the movie right here.
D.A. Gordon puts in $5.
Thanks, sir.
Endor, the vacation planet. The contact Star Tours today. Would you rather vacation on Endor or Ryza? Wow, that's a tough one. Ryza.
These
calling
model
it
shots.
now.
These model shots look so good. I just I'm seeing them as I go through. So these model shots look so good. in Return of the Jedi.
The Henko Limited says, calling it now, the Death Star gets a spore drive.
The ultimate
You know what?
super weapon.
Yes. The entire Last Jedi film was a Force dream, and none of it actually happened. You know? Sure. I'd go with that. Everyone is a Skywalker. The midichlorians are the Skywalkers. Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe we didn't see Endor. That's surprising. Actual Endor. Because they presented, because that's the thing. They've got Death Star 2 looking as if it's the moon next to the moon. But yeah, I don't think, okay, maybe we didn't. Huh.
Or dislike is less useful than a mouse droid that got flipped over. Oh, the mouse droids. I want a mouse droid, actually. I've got a bunch of other kinds of droids.
Yes.
Let's see. There was something. Oh, there's another interesting part of this trailer that I wanted.
We haven't actually broken down the
discuss with-
teaser yet. We've just been chatting.
I know, but
Hey, at least Nibnub's still alive. He can be like, Lando, bring back Akbar. Don't let him be dead. Rake on it. Akbar's fine. Didn't need to kill him. Ryan Johnson, you're a fuck again. Stop being you.
Endor has 9 moons, says David Schroeder.
I mean, I want to show you this picture for a sec because I feel like it can't be Death Star 2 because Death Star 2 kind of exploded a lot.
Yeah, it did.
Like, and it looks like an explosion I've used in fan films, like the same exact poly element. It looks like the same. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't think it survived, Stu. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, well, I don't know what we're looking at then.
Well, look at the live stream. This is, and it'll obviously queue up part 1 of the explosion, part 2 of the explosion, part 3. It's not there anymore. So, yeah, it literally goes from thing to blowy uppy. So this has got to be like a Death Star prototype or something. But it's got to be something. Something.
If
Look at
you
the stills
say
now. Yes, we'll do that.
And Clivoid puts in $2 and says, "How about the Sacha Baron Cohen rumors?" I haven't heard any rumors about Sacha Baron Cohen,
Me
but
So we have no thoughts.
Is he supposed to be in this movie? Because that'd be cool.
Yeah, but serious role because
It's very nice. Steven puts in $5. You guys are the best. Oh, quiet, Siri. You guys are the best. We know. Thank you. I'm just kidding. We don't know, but thank you. Thank you for telling us. The new video is Saber Class, one of my faves. For some reason, ooh, what a coincidence! It's like we planned that. Any plans to do a steam runner? Sorry, Captain. I love that ship. You're disowned, Steven.
does he know the reason why we don't do a steam runner? Is that why the joke
No,
is?
we've only talked about it so many times. He's probably newer and doesn't realize.
Oh,
We should tell him. You tell him. You do such a great job of telling this story.
Oh, do you actually want to tell? Oh, okay. So they in First Contact they made lots of ships, including steam runner. and the visual effect artists of DS9, when they were told to get the models to use in DS9, took them all the models from ILM except the Steamrunner, which said, I hate that design. And so it was never passed on, never converted, never used in the show, never saved, never archived, lost to time. Maybe it's on some ILM old employee's computer, but it's not in anyone's hands. It's lost to those archive stuff. A new version was made for Eagle Mask, but I don't have that model. So we like doing the best quality stuff, and we don't have the best quality model. And if we did, we would. But we don't yet. We'll get everything eventually, but eventually.
That's a long, very convoluted way of saying it's the Steamrunner class. Why would you want to see it?
Or that. There are two answers to this question.
I'm just kidding. Everyone has a favorite.
I thought I was quite concise there, to be honest.
You were. It was very good. It was very good. And we're just kidding. I'm sure it's something we definitely need to do because people have been requesting it. We'll see what we can do. It's a down the road project.
Yes.
And Samuel hates when I say that things are going to happen, and then because then he's like, "Oh, you bastard!"
I really don't. It's hilarious. Like I love watching the first 100 episodes of your Captain's Logs. Like, coming very soon, guys. Watch your space. And it's like, yep, still haven't done that. You said it. Still haven't made it.
Still haven't done it. Yep. That's not really nice, Make me look like an asshole. D.A. Gordon puts in $2. Remains of Starkiller base. I mean,
no. It's not visually what... Because Starkiller base was a holdout planet sort of thing. Not on a planet. And this is clearly a link to Death. I mean, the visual is meant to sell itself, and so it's obviously, trying to be Death Star. Why don't you go through the teaser itself, Stuart? Why don't we actually go through it?
All right, let's start at the beginning. Heavy breathing. Dun, dun, dun. I love Rey. She's a cutie, so that is a great way to start off.
Yes. All this is like it. The shots sell themselves. But what did you think seeing this? She's being attacked by someone in a TIE Advanced, and she does a backflip, and then that's the first bit. I mean, what do you think seeing this for the first time? Set the scene. Where were you watching it? Well, just watch on your phone or on your big screen TV, because that can make a difference. Was it an epic watching?
I was sitting right here, and I watched it on my phone, even though I got a 4K 27-inch monitor in front of me. Yeah. Because it came up and somebody had sent it to me in Facebook Messenger, and I opened it. Oh, I watched it. That's just how I do things, man.
That's
Even though Facebook was right there, the tab was open. I could have just opened the tab on Facebook and watched it there. But no, I don't care about the big screen experience a lot of times for something like that. That's something I'll watch first just to kind of... But anyway, so that was the scene.
But what did you think of it? It's a Rey-centric start.
The beginning of it, the whole jumping over the TIE fighter thing, is the only part that I remembered when it was done. Later that day, I'm thinking about it going, that was a really boring trailer. Maybe I should rewatch it. And rewatched it, and then I saw the other parts that I did remember seeing. I did remember seeing Lando a little bit and the fucking things that I cared about. And watching it again, it's like, yeah, there's actually a lot more in there. I thought it was an interesting opening for sure. Jumping over a TIE fighter. It's kind of Fast and Furious, esque. Jumping over a car. I'm sure she's going to slice the top of the TIE fighter as she goes, though. And hopefully not cut it in half, all comical style. But at least, take the top off. And is it going to be in the movie? A lot of times stuff is in the trailers that's not in the movie. Rogue One is a perfect example of that, where she's running up to the platform, and the TIE fighter comes up, and that was awesome. I was waiting for that scene.
And the actor has completely different haircuts. So they completely reshot 100% of his scenes. But that's just reshoot because I didn't like the movie. It was just, this is the sort of movie that I feel like it's be so scrutinized that they can't get to that point and have massive reshoots. I think this is the sort of film. It's funny you say boring trailer, because I was thoroughly encouraged by this trailer. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted to see. There's so many bits, there's so many things, subtleties, nice bits. I was like, this is good.
I remember enjoying it until I got to the end and I saw the title and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Then I heard the Emperor, and it's like, oh, okay. And then I started dwelling on the title, and I'm like,
This is true.
and I even said to the person that sent it to me, or in the group chat for the Trekyards admins, I'm like,
Yeah.
that is a stupid title.
I know. Yes, I commented on that.
Yeah.
That title is the shittiest title of a Star Wars film to date. Fair to say?
Yes. But if we can believe J.J. Abrams, which we know we can, he's always been 100% truthful.
It's not Khan. Still not Khan.
It's not Khan. It was John Harrison, obviously. Dude.
His
totally legit.
His genetic engineering blood was just a coincidence. Just a coincidence, right?
Yeah. So if we can believe him as we watch this movie, at the end of it, we'll understand what the title means, and we'll be like, oh, and we'll tie all 9 together. So here's hoping. It's just an odd choice of title, and plus the font being blue. There's a big hubbub about it being red in the last one, changing the colors because they each mean different things, whatever. So the blues are unique.
Blue for the lightsaber, I bet.
I don't know. Yeah,
because both Skywalkers used the blue, so same lightsaber. Yeah, I think it's a dumb title, mostly because it's very meta. Like, all of the other titles are kind of very like epic phrases. This is like The Rise of Skywalker. It's such a fan film title. Like it's fan film completely. You know?
It is.
Like if it was just, you know,
the convergence of the temporal anomaly of Skywalker.
I feel like you've I'm gonna copyright claim you for that. I have
Are
rights
you?
to those
You
things.
could copyright strike this live because of that.
Because you've used my names in vain, yes. No, I mean, you know, Legacy of the Force. That's a good name. You know, the Final Path. You know what I mean? But it's so.
The Force sleeps tonight. Oh, that'd be a good one too.
And considering this trilogy's not been about Skywalker, like, it's the most retconny title. It's like, no, guys, the let's not let the past die. Let's not kill it if we have to. Let's make the whole new trilogy about the past. It's a bad choice. I mean, what do you guys think? Because I don't mind.
It's ironic. We were just talking about J.J. Abrams and Khan not being Khan and John Harrison. And John Harrison just super chatted. £2. Thank you very much, Khan. Hello, I am the best. This is true. Yes. Anyway, so what are we talking about now? Oh, we need 12 more likes to get somewhere.
Yeah.
So 12 people that didn't click like already, please click like. Thank you.
Yes.
And what were you saying?
It encourages me that they're going to focus on actual story stuff that we care about. But it's a really dumb title.
I think the title is there to say, remember Luke Skywalker that we killed off in the last one? Guess what, everybody? Skywalker. So if you didn't see the trailer, you see the title on the marquee or a poster, you're going to be like, Skywalker? What? I wasn't going to watch this movie, but now it's Skywalker.
Oh, it should be called Star Wars Damage Control. Seriously.
That needs to be a fan film. Needs to be a fan film.
Because I guarantee, with Last Jedi, they would have lost tens to hundreds of millions in box office.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
Even if it's just people that see it once out of resentment for the franchise, but don't see it again. You know, people saw episode 7 4, 5, 6 times just because it's Star Wars. You know, so calling it this is definitely intriguing. Although I think it's probably in reference to Rey. Retcon that, because then you've got Last Jedi. She becomes Last Jedi, and then she's now rising to be the savior of the galaxy. Because then you got then all three make sense. Force Awakens in Rey. She's now the Last Jedi. She now rises because she's a Skywalker. Big reveal. Then it actually makes sense as a 3, because if you look at the other 2, you got New Hope, obviously. Empire Strikes Back is more galactic, and Return of the Jedi is obviously both. That's both Skywalkers there. So I think it's Rey, just because again they're gonna retcon it. Luckily Kylo's such a dick that he could easily be lying. Like, that's the nice thing about that scene. Take it face value or not. It wasn't like conclusive proof speech It was like, say it the way I say it. I hope Kylo becomes a goodie in the next film, because that would subvert their expectations if he becomes a goodie. I'm just saying.
It turns out Rey's the Sith.
Well, no, there's no Palpatine. You know, whoever. Or the Knights of Ren. I mean, you know, 7 of Kylo's assassins could take on Kylo. I'm not even concerned about that. You know, why not have the epic, you know. Or a civil war is brewing in the First Order. Knights of Ren want the old way, Kylo's the new way. So you've got, like, Stormtroopers fighting Stormtroopers. Because there's no rebellion left. So how can you fight if there's no people? You know, they got one ship with about 25 people. That's literally it. They killed hundreds of people. It's...
Yeah. Well, Joseph Patrick puts in €2 and says, might be title of an adult version of the movie. That's why it's blue, because it's Viagra. That's why the text is blue. The logo. The problem.
Hey now,
we're good.
Hey now, Stuart.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Hey now. Jeff Jacobs puts in $3. Yay, 100. I will go in at 150. Make me pay. Make me pay. Thank you, Joseph. So yeah. So anyway, TIE Fighter coming up. Yay. Somebody's hands. We assume it's Kylo.
I assume so. A normal pilot wouldn't just wear leather like that. So. But
it is pretty hot though.
That's probably a cut from a different part of the movie though. With my guess, that's a separate part.
Yeah.
But I love this first scene. I haven't seen it before. It's also a much closer TIE Interceptor, because I think Kylo's special one in last film was weirder. This is really close to a TIE Interceptor, just slightly sleeker with the Red New Order. So I think this is either just a guy that's coming to kill her, not Kylo. Like, maybe it's her training, you know? It's just an average TIE Interceptor, but like a modern version. 'Cause I feel like Kylo Ren's was different.
Or maybe it's Poe. He stole this TIE Fighter, has to pick her up. She jumps, lands on top, has to do something, whatever.
Oh, and the lightsaber's there to block bolts of those that are chasing it. That'd be cool. Like, I'll hold on. I don't know. But visually, it's a great sequence. Just cinematographically, it's awesome. You know, I love the dust particles on the ship. You know, I mean, this is seamlessly included VFX. You know, it's sci-fi royalty, but it's like, this looks absolutely there. You know.
And Jamal's right. He said the guy coming to kill her would have just shot her or shot at her the entire time coming up to her, unless he wanted her to splat on the windshield like a bug.
Thing is, you say that, but if it's Kylo, he's got a plan. You know, he knows pew pew pew, deflect, hit. Like, he's not that dumb. So no, I don't think you can necessarily say that. And let's see if it's the same as his. No, it's actually TIE Interceptor. It's not his custom version. Good. Didn't like his custom version. TIE Stalker, I believe. So yeah, it's just a normal one.
And
which I like.
Eugene puts in 750 rubles.
Ooh,
Thank you very much, Eugene. I absolutely hated whatever. Even though Star Trek 2009 prepared me, got no reaction for 8, 9 now. And I'm curious how much of a half-baked fanfic the whatever would be. I guess I'm a fan of Star Wars extended universe, not just Star Wars. I never got too much the arcs of them though. Oh,
sorry, Stuart,
what did
I never got
disappear?
I never
got too far into the Star Wars extended universe, expanded universe. I never read a lot of the books, but I did understand the storylines. You know, I knew the summaries of what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really love the original trilogy, as I think we all do if we're Star Wars fans. So I don't know. I can't say that I'm one or the other.
It's sad. When I was in high school to university, I managed to somehow get a copy of 109 Star Wars audio dramas. And I sat down, well, I mean, I lived my life. I listened to them one after another, starting from the first Phantom Menace era one, chronologically all the way up until I think I got to the point where the Solo becomes a bad Sith, but I didn't quite get to the full arc because that was in the legacy stuff I didn't quite get to. So I listened to literally over the course of 3 to 5 years, 120 books, 150 books, the entire Rogue Squad series, all the 70 Yuuzhan Vong stories, because there's a lot of those. The entire Azani Isard stuff, that was great. All the prequel stuff, all of Timothy Zahn's stuff, and I mean, there's better stories in that than even the original trilogy, which are, are simple, great stories, but there are better stories in the novels than anything we've ever seen on screen. And it was a very sad day when they retconned everything, because you could have pulled just 2 stories from that and had a great thing. Either be it the clone Palpatine would have been a great trilogy, Yuuzhan Vong would have been a great trilogy, too short, but, Asani Isard with the Imperial Governors, again, a great story, and they made a universe post Return of Jedi that was awful. Like, Leia should be a general, and Han should be with her with the kids, and they're happy, and they're okay. It's not always rosy, but they're together, and they've got kids, and the kids are special, and Luke's. Because imagine seeing Luke in every movie at the temple. He's refusing to go all warlike, but he wants to be a beacon of peace. So he won't pick up his lightsaber in offense or even defense, and just all these potentials just got squashed, and it's a real shame. Real shame.
Yeah. Well, let's carry on with the trailer here.
Yes. Teaser.
So this Christmas it says, and then we go to a scene of mountains with clouds and blue.
Yeah, this is just like, it's planet, cool. Moving on.
Well, does that look like the casino planet a little bit?
They won't go back there. No, they won't go back there. Plus, they want to make more money by inventing new places.
Oh yes. And then of course we see Kylo in a red forest with his red saber.
But he's got a First Order stormtrooper here, so he's not going rogue. He's not whatevering. He's doing something normal. I don't know who he's fighting. I don't know who would even try to fight him. What do you think this is about?
Okay. I have no idea. But you say he's got a First Order stormtrooper. We know for a fact they delete things from the trailers or add things to the trailers that are not in the final movie.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene from Solo where Chewie was in it, where Han's looking up at the Falcon. Chewie wasn't in the scene in the trailer, but he was in the actual movie. It's like, you know what I mean? So so what? There's a stormtrooper. It doesn't mean anything.
So he's going rogue,
and I hate that. Maybe, and they don't want people like us that are reviewing it to know that. So let's throw in a stormtrooper just to screw with their expectations. I don't know.
But I'd love him to go rogue. That'd be fun. But I think this might be the start of the movie. He's searching for the rebels. They've gone to hiding, and just an epic kill destruction scene of this guy, because again, he's just such a bitch, this character. Shows the leader of the First Order, but he's sort of guy that isn't on the ground. He's running through this battle. He's got like 10 troopers. They're getting killed around him. He's just slamming everyone, killing. And he gets the like similar to the first film, but way more. I've got bigger, better, stronger. Stab, kill.
Everybody in the chat is saying the armor looks like the Knights of Ren. So it looks like he's killing the Knights of Ren.
I thought that. I think that, if you see the first shot where the guy's holding a thing, that would be a digital replacement for a lightsaber, because that would make sense. And if you make it not a lightsaber, it's not a reveal. But yeah, they're going to be in it hard. I can't wait, because that's something interesting.
And Eugene puts in 750 rubles.
Dude.
Again, thank you, Eugene. The EU is full of trash, but full of gems as well. Prequels had a lot of bad things, but they had good things as well. Disney trilogy is just empty, plus mystery boxes. Yeah. Sean Wright says it's probably a flashback, as it very well could be. That could explain the red tint.
Yeah. Or just alien planet red.
But then, it's one or the other. But of course, it could be like Justice League trailer where everything was blue, and then in the movie it was actually red. So again, can we believe trailers? Not really.
But the thing is, I would rather have a lying trailer and a good film that I'm surprised about. Honestly.
Yeah.
Films that here's the entire film. Okay.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I find that.
Well, the next scene's interesting because he's doing something to his helmet. It's
Mm.
kind of like this. I don't know if he's welding something, but there's these lines and there's red, or if he's painting it, or if he's marking it somehow, or if he's infusing it with a kyber crystal, like a mycelial suit, so he can jump through the force network. I don't know.
But Stuart, look at his
Yes,
hands. Is this Kylo
that's not.
Ren? Look at what he's wearing. He's got massive like things. I don't think this is Kylo Ren. I will say that it's not.
I will agree with you,
Uh,
but it's
although
his armor. So
I mean, I know that they said that someone said it's funny that Ryan spends a scene destroying the armor to have, you know, JJ put it back together. But it's a symbol, isn't it? It's a symbol of whatever. And how fun would it be to have
yes,
Palpatine walk up to Kylo Ren and it's like, what the hell, you're in this movie? Give him his helmet and say, you're my apprentice now. And he's like, the fuck? I don't know. But yeah, I don't think it's Kylo. Or again, it could be Kylo that's just changing his head. Because a symbol of an empire, his face isn't scary enough. Vader's face was scary enough. He needs a symbol,
yeah.
Just don't let him be in it most of the movie because...
I don't want to hear it through the first. Give me real dialogue while I'm into Howard. Roger.
What?
What?
Is there something on my face? Yes.
That SNL short was the best bit of Star Wars Episode 7. I'm just saying.
Oh, the undercover boss.
Yeah, it's the best part of Episode 7.
Yes. Yeah. And I was talking about there's a rap song, a Batman rap song with Bane in it, and he's like saying his lines and stops. What? Is there something on my face? Anyway, sorry. Let's move along.
Yep.
So we see Finn and Poe looking all Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, very indie. He's got the Force Lance, or the Lance thing. I hope they give them something good to do. They don't make Poe just a bitch to people, honestly. Just to people. And then they give the other guy not just comic relief / shitty story. Because these two are a good pair. They work well together, And he's a good... I hate characters getting ruined in the last film. Because Poe was good in the first film. He was interesting. Now, Robot Friend. We don't get R2. We get Mini-Me, as he said. Mini robot. Looks like a hairdryer.
baby.
It looks like a hairdryer on a hamster wheel.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of Lego. Looks like a little piece of the cone
It
Lego.
will be in a few months, Stuart.
Oh, it probably already is.
Already is. What do you think? I mean, this is a thing. They focused on it in the trailer.
You know me, I'm an R2-D2 fan, and BB-8's a cheap replacement for R2-D2. And I don't know what this thing is. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
The trick is, can they make a toy out of it? A remote-controlled toy? Can it balance properly? That's what they need to focus on, because that's what they're going to do. And stupid suckers like me are going to buy the damn thing, because we need our droids.
Anyway. The funny thing about that is that R2 is the right size to feel like you can put Kit inside him, BB-8's weirdly sized. I wouldn't necessarily buy that you can get as much in him. This droid, what's the point? This might be like a junker scene, like he's a little helper droid in a junk shop. And there's a cute scene of, them hanging out as friends and then move on. Don't let it be a porg. Don't look like it be something that stays in the movie very long. We've got the main cast. We don't need to introduce anyone new. We've got the core.
Maybe it's one of BB-8's Porg friends whose body gets damaged, so they put its consciousness in this little droid. So it's a droid Porg. Rive I banned rocked YouTube puts in €10. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Frustrated they ruined the chance for the greatest cinematic reunion and overarching story of all time because Disney equals too arrogant to plan the story out ahead. Now it's permanent plus deleting the EU for that. Yes. I agree with Mark Hamill 100% that he should put up with both Leia and Han and had a reunion, and then all of them gone their separate ways, and then them die off. But there should have been a scene of all of them together, and that still might happen with the digital or de-aging that Samuel suggested.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the perfect way to do it. They won't do it, I don't think. I don't have faith in it, but we'll see.
But you know what's funny? Is that I guarantee they've groveled to Harrison Ford to have him back. I guarantee. They need some. They got Lando, which we'll get into in a minute, which is brilliant. But he's not the same. It's not the same get. You know, he's great, brilliant, but he's not the same. So I guarantee with Mark Hamill, he said I sort of accept what the director gave me, his film.
Mm-hmm.
But he was never happy. I guarantee he having already worked with JJ a little bit. He went to JJ and said, look, JJ, we're not doing this again. If Luke's in this film, you're going to respect the character. We're going to fix this. Because, I mean, how many times do you get a second chance? One guy changed things. JJ has the power to fix it and bring it back. I'm sure Mark was very vocal, said no to things. I guarantee he had quite a big input. You know, he wasn't going to let that happen again. Like you say, how many interviews did he call out? I fundamentally disagreed. He won't let that happen again to the character. So I think JJ will give him that power because Mark knew best. And, you know.
And Raj, yes, it is connection issues with the new Skype. That's why my face keeps going like, eh. Maybe it's just because Skype is like, they've added a new algorithm to like zoom in on the handsomest face on the screen, and that's why it's zooming in on me sometimes. Just saying.
Well, let me try reframing so I'm now smaller resolution, but then you've got more space to maybe do a thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny because you're crystal clear. Like your Skype is great.
Yeah. The same with you on my end.
Every time it says that, I think you're lying bastard. It's like it's not. You're great. What do you want about?
Apparently, the new droid is named Dio. It's not the camera, Raj. It's not the camera. It's Skype.
We have great 4K cameras. It's all great.
Yes, which we've been using for a long time. We know how they operate. Skype has recently updated and been a real pain in the ass.
It's removed good features, kind of like Star Wars Episode 8.
Yeah, and Dale says, yeah, Raj, it's related to the new Skype resolution issues they know they have, which hopefully they'll fix soon. So
just undo the update. But yeah, I have no feelings about this robot really.
No, neither do I.
BB-8 earned his place in 7. He was a joke at 8.
Yeah.
He can't pilot a thing the way they did it, you know. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, next scene is the one that made me the happiest, I think, out of the whole thing, and that is seeing Lando back in command of the Millennium Falcon with Chewie. It's like, beautiful. And then, of course, the Falcon with the round dish.
Thanks for pointing that out.
So, yeah.
And I like that, because we saw a picture of him beforehand, so I was expecting that to be in the teaser, but the fact that we got this very clearly in the captain's chair, having fun, looking like he has fun. Yeah. I was thinking, I mean, you need to bring him in. I think that was the rumor for a while. That's kind of like one of your last chips to play. There isn't many left. Yeah. You know? But he's been playing in the longest, except C-3PO, because he's been in games. I mean, he was in Battlefront 2 as Lando Calrissian.
Yes.
So the voice. So he's been constantly being the character. Yeah. Make him a major player. Give him character stuff. This could be his best movie. Yeah.
And Sean Wright says Samuel needs a new webcam. He needs to be as sharp as Stuart. We have the exact same webcams. They're both 4K webcams, and it's the new Skype. Because I'm big on Samuel's screen that he's using for OBS, and if he can't make himself the same size, 50-50, like we used to be able to. So he's smaller. So that's why, guys. Just so you know, he doesn't need a new camera. But if you want to give us money so that we can buy a new camera, we don't want to do that to you. But anyway.
Yeah, for about 6 months, Skype allowed for a 50-50 split of the screen. So you lost real estate on the sides. We had to frame it differently, but we each got 1080p.
Same resolution, yeah.
And it was great. And that was great because it was exactly the same time we were doing 1080p videos. Because now I look worse in videos with just two of us, because now it's 1080p, but it's like 430% zoom in, because 720p didn't matter.
We got some more super chats. Clivoid puts in $2.
Thank you.
Off to watch the UFC. Thanks for the good work. Well, thank you, Clivoid, for all the super chats. Enjoy the UFC. Sorry we didn't get through the whole trailer. it was just a chill hangout session Saturday
And
live. So.
clearly the vibe's great. You guys have turned up and you are super chatting and it's having a great time. We've gone longer than we thought, but that's all because of the vibe. So thank you so much, guys, because it does really help the channel. It really, really helps the channel. So thanks so much.
Yeah. And Raj asked if they're going to explain C-3PO's red arm in Episode 7. Well, they did in the comics. If you followed the comics at all, they explained the red arm, and then he gets it replaced again. So
it was just marketing to make money.
Yep, another toy to buy. And then Rive Law, iBand, Rock, YouTube. I'm gonna abbreviate your name sometime soon.
I think he's paying for you to say it fully. I think that's part of the
probably.
fee.
I'm probably saying it wrong though, so he's got to keep paying till I get it right.
Oh.
€2. Just Rive Law. There we go. Riv Law, Riff Law, like Riff Law. It's okay for me. Okay, I'll just call you Law. I'll call you Law Dog. There you go. You've been renamed. You're Law Dog now. We down, dog? All right, cool. Moving along.
But I do think this might be a flashback. I'm just saying the circle dish, I think it might be a flashback with young Harrison Ford. I think it might be like a side adventure. Because it might be, again, same thing, but imagine Harrison and Hamill in the Millennium Falcon doing a flashback like quest, fully de-aged, like a 10-minute sequence. Like the story of this, they've hidden it because it's too powerful. La 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 would be the most epic thing, and yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if this was actually one of those flashback scenes, like you said, where they're going to de-age him, but instead of getting the effect done for the trailer, they said, "Put in the footage we have." That'll screw everyone over. And then when they see it in the movie with the round dish, it's the old Falcon and it's a young.
That's funny, actually. Yeah.
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them. Let's just put it that way.
Or to be fair, have both. I mean, how cool would that be to have both young and old in the same movie? I don't think we've actually seen that before. Oh no, we did.
They should.
Iron Man 2, 3, we saw it, but that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, old buddy, old pal. And it's like, and all it is Harrison Ford and Billy D. Williams with massive green dots on their face in a green screen set, acting 20 years, 30 years younger. It's like, that'd be brilliant behind the scenes. They'd charge so much to do that. It'd be great.
It would. So then it says the saga comes to an end, which made me sad when I saw that. It's like, really? It's going to continue on regardless, but this is the last of the movie outings until the next trilogy? Because there's going to be more.
The thing is about this is that it got me pissed off, honestly, because they just say, the end of this epic trilogy that people think is a bit shit. Like, it's not... Like, you know what I mean? It's not an epic conclusion. At least for the first 3, it was epic conclusions. For the second 3, it was like, okay, they're Star Wars, they're alright, but they're, the Darth Vader. But it's like, we don't care. It's not been a good trilogy. So, the Epics 9, I guess? But then, so this was like, this didn't work for me. But
considering it's Star Wars and considering its legacy, this one really needs to have the gravitas of Avengers Endgame and have a 3-hour movie. I would have no issue sitting in the theater for 3 hours for this if it's done well. I really have to say that because Endgame has earned its 3-hour running time with the lead up for it, but god damn it, so is this. So please, I don't care if it's longer, just make it good.
No, seriously, yeah. And if it actually is talking about the saga of all 9, then you bring back people from the first 3, as in chronologically the first 3 in the timeline. Ewan McGregor and Yoda and Samuel Jackson. Like, you could make it the epic end of the saga. You know, he butchered. He used everything from the first 3 in his one. Didn't use anything in the second one. Different direction. He used everything from all 6. I mean, if you want to be really snazzy, like even bring people back from Solo. How cool would that be to have a... Oh, no, I actually have a question. Would you do a flashback and it be Eisen, whatever his name is, playing young Solo rather than Harrison Ford? Because we do now have young Solo.
I mean, considering that Harrison Ford...
cheaper.
and considering Harrison Ford probably wouldn't really want to come back. I know he doesn't like the franchise, which is a shame, or the character.
I think
they pay him enough money, they will. But I mean,
he's liked it more in his last few years, appreciation because he's out of it. You like it more after it's gone from your life.
You come back and you break your goddamn ankle. because you knew you shouldn't have come back to it. You said it for years.
He did good though. He did real good.
I know he did. And I love Harrison Ford. He looks a lot like my dad. Even when he was younger. You've met my dad.
Yeah.
And so every time I see Harrison Ford, I think of my dad, which is going to be a real pisser when my dad actually does finally pass away. That's going to really suck for me.
And
But
Harrison Ford, obviously.
well, yes. So I love Harrison Ford, but at the same time, it's like, why people that don't respect their origins or the characters that made them who they are, it really pisses me off. So his attitude over the years has been hit and miss with me. But that's another story. But it'd be cool to have the young Solo in there,
But
that actor.
which one is better, do you think, contextually?
Well, you'd have to get the young Lando then as well. The new Lando instead of de-aging Billy D. Williams. Depending on how...
Well, yeah, I'm saying you don't need those scenes. I'm saying if you're just having... You'd still have a young Mark Hamill de-aged, but think about it, it might be like, 100 million to bring back Harrison Ford for 5 minutes, or like 1 to bring back young Solo. I mean, it's better to bring back Harrison Ford, obviously.
Yeah.
But it'd be, although that is still too young. So I was just thinking specifically, it'd be fun to bring Game of Thrones actress Emilia Clarke back, because if you were going to actually connect everything, you could have a flashback to when Solo was in, dealing with the crime syndicate for Solo 2. That's never going to happen. So you have a scene from Solo 2 from that script as a flashback, and it has Emilia Clarke in it. It helps end their relationship, and then you have, older Solo is Harrison Ford, young Harrison Ford, and then you have young Billy D. Williams. And you have older, like I said, if you want to connect the saga, is what I mean. Like if you're going to connect everything, and then you could have what's his name?
I think.
Leia's other dad.
Oh, yeah. I know who you mean.
There's no reason to say he actually died in Alderaan. He could retcon it that he escaped and then was captured or something. And so wouldn't that be cool to have like him in it as like my daughter would be so proud. I'm like effing 90 now, but it's Star Wars. Who cares? Because the actor's still alive, is what I mean. Like that would connect it to Rogue One then, because he was in Rogue One for a few minutes. I'm just trying. If you talk about the saga of all 13, I'm going a bit far there. But...
I just know if they use. I just don't know if they use this. If they use the actor from Solo, that would piss a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans off. No matter how good the movie was.
Yes. It'd
be like, why didn't you get Harrison Ford back and de-age him or something? Regardless, people are going to be pissed. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue on. We got some kind of speeder. Has an explosion beside it.
And they're being chased by jetpack stormtroopers, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're because it's the white suits, but they got jetpacks. So it's these guys.
I
being
thought
chased.
it was the. Okay, I thought it was the pilot getting blown off the bike, but
no, no,
okay.
No. I loved seeing C-3PO actually doing something.
Yes.
Like he's a good character if you use him.
Yeah, I saw C-3PO in this the second or third time that I watched it. I'm like, ooh. And then I went back and checked those scenes out exclusively looking for R2-D2, and there's nothing. I'm discouraged, man. I love my R2-D2. I need R2-D2 in this movie.
C-3PO can talk, though. Like, actually add to scenes.
R2-D2 always saves the day, man. He's the hero in every Star Wars movie except for... There's one that he's not, but anyway. It's Star Wars has always been the story of R2-D2, not Luke Skywalker or Anakin.
But I do like the Indiana Jones vibe here, and these three doing a side mission is so much better than. I mean, Rose shouldn't even be in this film. I'm sorry, she should be out. Don't need her. She didn't add anything. These three.
We didn't see her, so.
I think that's good. We didn't see her. I mean, she'll probably either be killed heroically, which would be fine, or just in it for 2 minutes. But she's a hero. That'd be really like nothing against her, just the character. Which is. That's a lot of the film, though, isn't it? But I like that because you got the love bromance from these two, and then C-3PO is a good because he's there to translate. It makes sense, they're doing something to find some secret, and they're like, God damn it, C-3PO. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we got a medal. It looks like either Luke's medal or Han's medal.
Sorry, I'm sorry the shots are so crap, but you missed the A-Wing flying over a battleship of some kind.
Yes, sorry.
No, it's fine. I tried to get stills, but it was really difficult. I think it's the new it's the new A-Wing, because we've done a video on the new A-Wing.
Yes.
So some sort of space battle, but it would have been cool if that was a flashback to as well. It could have been like the Battle of Endor or something, although it's very red, but Yeah, space battle. That's a Jedi medal, I think.
Yeah, I think that's one of the medals that was presented at the end of A New Hope, either to Han Solo or Luke Skywalker.
Ooh, that's
But
good to research.
it's exactly the same design. Yeah.
Ooh, is it?
Are you going to look it up?
I'm gonna look. That's cool if that is.
Oh, it is. I promise you, my friend. I promise you.
So what does it mean then?
I don't know. It looks like a female's hands holding it, so I'm assuming maybe just remembering Han.
Sorry, Stuart. What?
I don't know. Oh, for Christ's
You're
sake!
assuming
All right.
who?
It looks like an older woman's hands. So I'm assuming it's Leia's hands, supposedly, and she's remembering Han Solo or
Yeah.
Luke because they're both dead now.
Dude, nice call.
Yeah,
Nice.
I know.
Nice. Wouldn't it be hilarious though if they just use like Leia reaction shots, but her body is always like, let's put she was actually in this scene, but now we're gonna use new hands. Yeah, she's holding something, but she's looking down for 1 second. We're gonna elongate the scene in digital. Really use that footage.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle it for sure.
David Webber says it's flying past a Venator-class Star Destroyer. I think it's hard to see. And see, one said Venator, one said original ISD, so already purely disagreeing.
Yeah.
Could be any or all. And we've seen that we talked about the Leia thing. This is difficult as anything because they've got so little footage to use.
Well, they probably have a lot of unused footage or alternate takes, alternate scenes, deleted scenes. There's a lot of possibilities there. So.
But the thing is, you don't tend to. Deleted scenes are difficult because there isn't always like an hour of deleted scenes. You know what I mean? Deleted scenes tend to be like a minute here, 2 minutes here, 3 minutes here, maybe 5 there. It's not, you know, and if they're all Leia scenes, then it's saying they, you know, diminish Leia's character by 50%. You know, at some point it you know what I mean? There isn't going to be like an unexpected full deleted storyline where Leia doing this. It's like that's just not how deleted scenes work. So there's more footage, but so I think all the stuff we digitally manipulated cleverly.
And Fleet Paw Swiftback puts in $4.99. He says, "I gotta bounce, y'all. Have a good night.
Oh.
I'm in for a night of carting drunk college kids around. Live long and prosper. Well, have fun with that." And I just want to announce that Fleet Paw Swiftback is now one of our newest moderators. I just promoted him to moderator today on the advice of the lead administrator or moderator, Jeff Jacobs. So. Congratulations, Fleet Paw Swiftback. You're now moderator, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Have a good one with the carting around of drunk people.
Good luck.
You can feel like our Uber driver last night. But that's another story.
Oh, dear. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how they use her footage. I'll say on the record again that they should just do a digital Leia. I'm sorry, the character deserves an end, deserves a story that it was meant to have. I would rather give wouldn't Carrie Fisher rather have the character given her truest ending than, oh, don't use my likeness? She wouldn't care, you know? You know? That's just me, whatever.
Well, her daughter was in the last 2 movies. She plays one of the rebels, so I'm sure that she would give permission, knowing the legacy of the character, you know.
But as we heard, they just said out of respect, we just won't.
Yes.
It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm kind of torn on that. I can see both sides of it, but for the saga and the legacy, I think it needs to be done. But
because also where they were for Tarkin, and that's like 5 years ago now, 4 years ago, and that was being made 3 years before that. I mean, again, look at Captain Marvel with Samuel Jackson. It's a little bit different, but I mean now you would be a lot closer than how you got to her in Rogue One, which was again I think amazing considering. You know, and then the final scene with a lot of characters. I was surprised to see how many, because you know they separated everyone in the last film to the detriment of everyone, and here it's gonna be a real like everyone's come together. But no R2, I'm sorry. And I guess the little dude is there, the little droid, which I just noticed.
Yeah,
Boom.
he is.
And they're looking at probably Death Star 0.5. I do love her new Jedi-esque robes. Like she's getting closer
Yes.
to Jedi robes every time. And I quite like her. I mean, it's very similar to the last two. Like,
Yeah.
I like, but come on. I mean, the Jason Isaac, whatever is the Poe guy, super Harrison Ford, super indie. I mean, as soon as he said that, I was like, yep, that's just an Indiana Jones costume with a blaster.
Mhm.
It's such an indie costume. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get the blue font for Star Wars and the Rise of
They
Skywalker.
both scoffed at, and then and
Yes, then we hear the Emperor.
and I was like, that is gonna be plot because that means they're actually integrating the universe. You know, that got me excited. I was interested, but that got me excited at that point. Yes.
So that's it, guys. That is the trailer. We got 2 minutes super chats. We'll address those, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
Only took us an hour and 39 minutes to get through, Stuart. High five! Isn't that great? It takes us 2 hours to go through 40 to 50 minutes of Star Trek.
Well,
2 hours to go through 2 minutes.
this has been a very fun, relaxing, just chill hangout for me.
Me too.
I'm very mellow today. I'm just kind of like
Yeah.
snarky with my remarks and not,
Yeah.
I'm not on point. I'm just kind of hanging out with you guys. So,
And I'm thrilled by the vibe from you all because this has been really
Yes.
positive for us.
yes. D.A. Gordon puts in $5. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maybe it's Chewie's medal. He just couldn't wear it, so he gave it back. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like it.
He never got a medal, but then they retconned it saying that he got a medal, but because he's a Wookiee, he wanted a private ceremony because they don't believe in showing off their heroism or whatever. I don't fucking know what it is. So yeah, maybe it is Chewie's medal. I doubt it. Yeah. Anyway, moving along. Eugene puts in 250 rubles.
Dude.
This trio to actually be seen together on screen. Who are we talking about? Oh, of Finn, Poe, and Rey?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
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 But I think you're
Anyway.
right. It could be 2 hours 50, 3 hours. It needs to be
hope
something
so.
amazing, you know. But I think the Avengers are the can people sit through a 3 hour epic end of a, I don't know, because you can imagine if the first reviews come out as being really good, because everyone's gonna be holding their breath for this one, you know. We want it to be good.
Yeah.
Could easily not be, but it probably is going to be good because retcon city. But if the first reviews come out and it's 3 hours, we're like, okay, thank God it's a long one. Like, yes, we sit down and just be absorbed by, yeah.
It comes in at like 86 minutes. It's like, what?
Shortest
It's like
Star
one of those
Wars
B
ever.
movies. Yeah, it's like one of those B movies that's just like,
Yeah.
bare minimum.
But then they announced Star Wars Episode 10, and we're like, what? Coming out this year? Which is only 13 days?
No.
The hell?
No, what they're going to do, because all Star Wars movies were released in May originally, and then it got bumped to December for some reason.
Yeah.
This one comes out at Christmas time. So it's going to be like, it's only an hour and whatever it's long. And then it's going to be like, oh, but in May, 9.5. Star Wars 9.5. The epic real conclusion.
Or Episode
Because
9.
they're bastards like that.
Episode 9, Part 2.
Or episode 9.3. And then later in Christmas of that year,
Yeah.
it'll be 9 point.
Just to really stretch out the retcon. So it's a new trilogy of 9
Yes.
points. 9.3, 9.6, 9.9.
9 and a third. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Ian Warrender puts in £5. It's late here. Thanks for letting me be part of the team. I won't be watching future trailers because I already know I'll be seeing it on opening night.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. Well, I will. Well, I don't know about opening night, but I'll be seeing it at some point.
First week.
Yeah. Despite the fact that The Last Jedi was The Last Jedi, because I have hope. I always have hope. Even for each Discovery episode, it's the next one. It's like I have hope. And season 2 has really panned out for us in that regard. It's a lot better. So.
But
You know.
the fact is they know they need to fix it. So they're going to
Yes.
work so hard. And it's JJ. I mean, does he want to be known for an okay Star Wars film? If he can up himself, then he could easily, if this film is literally the best Star Wars film, then he could actively be the director of the best Star Wars film, and this is his last chance to direct one. Do you know what I mean? Like, that could be, you know, because he's got unlimited money, unlimited visual effects, unlimited cast, unlimited abilities. There's no reason it can't be just absolutely incredible. Yes.
Joseph Patrick says, Trekyards, I see you crossed the 49K subscribers threshold. Forsaken word, I know. Does that mean that we crossed the threshold that we're going to now turn into lizards?
Warp 10, baby.
One of us is going to... Anyway. Roberto Suarez puts in $5.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kind sir.
Do you think Skywalker will be the name of the new kind of Force user that integrates both light and dark? That would be really cool. I hate the whole black and white, dark and light thing, because you can't really have one without the other. You need to have it tempered somewhat. So I kind of like the idea of integrating the two into a more balanced Force user. I think that's would be a fantastic thing. I don't know whether they'll do that or not, but I would be on board with that. Yes.
Yeah, one of my biggest problems with the last film is that one of the whole things about Rian Johnson was to subvert expectations. But the problem is he just did what we all expected at a certain point. He both swapped a few things, but did, and even to this interviews, part of his subversion was not subverting, and that was his subversion. The moment that it should have been epic and change the franchise forever, rather than just do the same old thing with, you know, shooty, kill, was when Kylo says, join me to Rey, and she says yes, because he's not a baddie at that point, and they, you know, one is slightly darker, one is slightly lighter, they become this grey, and they start, it's like, damn, well, what do we do now? You know? That was the moment to subvert expectations. We're not just going to have good versus evil shooty, and then instead they turn Kylo into a shooty bad guy, and Rey into the bestest Force user ever. It's like they, just a as I said twice before, Rian Johnson, the fuck.
Oh, just love your attitude in regards to that.
It's just hasn't he done any films since? I'm gonna look at his IMDb. Has he even been hired since?
I don't know, but while you're talking about that, we're talking about Shades of Grey. It'd be cool if this was called, like, you know, 50 Shades of the Force. That'd be a good title. I don't know. That was a bad joke that didn't go anywhere. Sorry, guys. I'm thinking Rogue One came out in the UK a day early in the UK, which was my birthday. Oh, Ian. Ian is still here. I thought you were leaving, Ian. Damn it, man. I'm not going to read any more of your comments because you're supposed to leave. Joseph Petrick puts in €2. Lizards. No, you are a different kind of animal. Oh, sweet. Party animals. Now we've crossed the threshold to people that have pointed cone hats and low little things that go, whoo. I guess. I don't know. Can you tell I'm chill and relaxed and just kind of tired and had a good night last night? That's all I'm going to say. What are we looking for? What are you looking for? What are you doing?
I was with Rian Johnson. He did one short after Star Wars, and he's working on one feature film, which is in post-production. And I was thinking, has actually got anything interesting in it? And it's got Chris Evans, so it is a bigger film. So he has done something after.
And Nicola Malott says, come on, lick, kick, hit the like button. Interact, people. React, people. Well, thank you, Nicole. Yes, everybody please hit the like button. We've gone down in our numbers, but that's fine. We've been just hanging out. Yeah, it's cool. The problem with Kylo is that in the original trilogy, the bad guy didn't need to yell. In 2019, they have to scream their lines. Yes.
Yeah. It's a weird.
Jeff Jacobs says, good light last night, eh? Now you're just rubbing it in. Well, ask Joe. I sent Joe a picture or two from my evenings of activities, so he has a... Anyway, sorry. This is a private conversation.
You all right, that's Joe?
But Jeff, yes, I am rubbing it in. I'm really good. I'm really good.
Okay. I'm thrilled to hear.
Are you really? Because you seem like you're concerned. Like, I shouldn't be on the air with this asshole because he's making a fool out of himself and us and me and the show.
As long as we get super chat, so you can make as much of a fool of yourself as you want.
Well, I've said in my first reaction review for Discovery, I said if I get $20,000, I will run around my crescent buck ass naked 5 times, videotaping and streaming the whole thing live. But nobody's gonna give me $20,000, so it's fine.
Well, we almost
but anyway,
got
somebody donated $50 that night to get up to that $20,000. So I mean, it did kind of work.
Yeah.
I fear for my neighbors. That's all.
And their souls, because once they see that dark abyss, they'll never leave.
Yeah. But anyway, no. This was a. Let's get back to the trailer. This trailer was
teaser.
A nice.
Because we'll see a trailer. There's a teaser. Sorry.
This teaser was nice. It dropped just enough goodness in there to kind of redeem the last movie and give you. Oh, it did.
It redeemed. No, better say it redeemed your interest. Redeemed your interest in seeing the next movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing more trailers, more non-teasers, I guess. But yeah, I'm hopeful that this is going to be a good course correction. I think JJ, it's not like me to talk positive about JJ Abrams, but I think he's going to actually do a fantastic job on this. I said this for The Force Awakens, and I enjoyed the movie. So take it for what it is. I think he's going to do a good job. He respects the source material. He respects the franchise, and I think that's somebody we needed for all these movies, not just the first and last of this trilogy. So
I also think that this film, unlike because Force Awakens, JJ was able to do what he wanted. Wasn't much oversight, and they earned money. Some people slam, but for the most part, well received. Last Jedi, I had to do exactly what I wanted with very little oversight, almost none. Fuck you, Rian Johnson. So this film, I think the higher ups are going to say, JJ, check with us, mate. Look, we love you, but let us, almost by committee, you know what I mean? Like, he won't have the same freedom to do what he wants. There'll be oversight. So people say, JJ, you can't make Ewan McGregor sound that racist, mate. Look, I know you want to, but you can't. It's not in his character. As Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think it'll be more just oversight. Now, it could be bad because a by the numbers film is a safe route. But as we said before, as long as it's a good story, you can make amazing references as long as it's a good story. Going inside a Death Star prototype or Death Star 1 remains, I don't know, could be amazing if framed well.
Yeah. Well, you might be able to answer this question because you are the man as far as you went to school for this kind of stuff. So Jill asks, what is the difference between a teaser and a trailer? Because not everybody knows.
A teaser is. It's funny. The definition has changed over the years in terms of what they really do. A teaser is literally is the name. It's a tease. You release it way earlier in the production when VFX are far less done. You don't tell any of the story. That's always the key. It's more about teasing the audience. You never really show anything major, but you get people excited. It's the first promotional tool. Normally, this is why I like this teaser so much. It's normally shorter than this, and only shows less, which is why this feels more like a trailer because it's actually got quite a lot in it, and the stuff it's got in it gives away lots of little nice beats, which is why I think it's a better teaser trailer. A trailer normally is only 2.5 minutes. Has a narrative flow, you explain some of the story, you have dialogue. Like, none of that is in this. It's very much just the imagery with something sort of happening, but you don't know. It's just shit on the screen, but look, it's Lando. That's it. Whereas the second one is like, stuff, and here's things, and the darkness is coming, and all these. So it's just a format thing, and we'll probably get another trailer, in like mid-year? June, July, and then we'll get like 6 trailers, TV spots, China trailer. Because I didn't watch any trailer after the first one last year for last Jedi. I was like, that's it, that's it. I've seen Kylo shirtless. I don't need to see anything else. Not because of that. I just thought that's all I remember from that trailer. I don't need to see any more footage.
Yeah.
Jill, does that help?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I always considered teasers to be a lot shorter and show a lot less. And you're
Yeah.
right; they have changed over the years. That's why this did feel more like a trailer. But
Which is why I'm correcting you, just because I'm impressed as a teaser. Like it's surprising, but it's still a teaser. That's why it's kind of ooh.
And I find each trailer too, or each TV spot, depending on the movie, focuses on a different aspect of the storyline.
Yeah.
Some play a movie off as very serious, and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I want to watch that. And the next trailer you see for the exact same movie is more lighthearted. And like, oh, okay, well, I could buy that. It's like they're trying to grab different audiences based on which content they use.
Which is why it's really fun.
It's all marketing. After they release one, they go, ooh, that people aren't anticipating this anymore.
Yeah.
We got to change it up now.
Which is why it's fun also looking at like the Chinese trailers, where it's literally for a different style of psyche. You know what they focus on. You know, more action, less action, more cerebral, more music. You know, different imagery. I think one thing they said about the episode 7 stuff in China is that the idea of Star Wars, why it works so well, is because we all watched it when we were young. It's just part of our psyche. If you show a culture where Star Wars is just another thing that some people like, seeing the Millennium Falcon isn't enough to make people go way. And so those trailers didn't do well in China because there's no like connection to it. So it's just like, oh, it's a film, cool. So the second film didn't do that as much. Those trailers and it did, you know. So there's that interesting balance. That's why you can just show Lando, and for us, and we'll know. You show Lando to a Chinese audience, 50% might not get it. It's like, okay, it's a guy, you know. So that's also changed. Different too.
Well, let's get to some of the super chats you've gotten.
Dude, yay.
Roberto Suarez puts in $5 and says, just like the sky can be light, or night, light, or dark, the Skywalker walks on a fine line between both or all. Yeah. D.A. Gordon puts in $2. Fine, it's Disney, iggity, biggity, bibbity, boo. You made me say that. You really made me say that. Thank you.
That's the power of super chats.
Yeah, it is. Stars Siege Player puts in $1 with no comment, but thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. And Evil Mark 443 puts in $5. Since Palpatine is returning in some way, do you think Rey could be related to him, either as his daughter or granddaughter? Anything is possible. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it turns out that Kylo is actually the son of Palpatine, and he like force ghost himself into like a immaculate conception kind of deal. Anything's possible, but I don't think that Rey's going to be related to him.
Another little comment from Lord Hosk. I respect anyone's opinion about not liking The Last Jedi, but it made over $1.3 billion at the box office. It was far from a failure. Don't think we called it a failure, just a shit movie.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
People wanted to see how shit it was, so they went and paid.
Plus, it was always going to do well. It's a Star Wars movie, you know, and you got massive Chinese audience. Yeah. But can I just, Transformers 4, Age of Extinction, the one with the dinosaurs. It made 1.1 billion at the box office. 1.1 billion. It made only 0.2 billion less.
But it's an absolute shit movie.
Absolute garbage. Yes. So quality is not determined by box office. Some movies have bad box office. I mean, Solo, pretty good movie. Definitely better than Last Jedi. Didn't get the box office it deserved because of Last Jedi. And so, but yes, a commercial failure success. But the fact is, if people won't buy merchandise after the movie, if people won't buy the Blu-rays, if people won't, people can be tricked into seeing it at the cinema or saying, no, I'll try it again, or 3D release, or IMAX, all that stuff. You can make a lot of money that way. But if then you see like a 50% decrease in toy sales, oops, look what we've done to the fandom. It's kind of skewed in that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And David said to cram more in this teaser, Samuel to win back the fans off after Last Jedi. Exactly. Yeah, this was the first thing we've seen, had to be crammed, and it was good. Yeah, I agree.
It'd be interesting to see where they go from here, trailer-wise, for sure.
I bet we're going to see Force Ghost Luke. Bet we're going to see him looking awesome.
And R2-D2.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Why not? Why not have... Yeah, why not? Exactly.
Or R2-D2 blow up.
Oh, R2-D2, like R2-D2 saves the Solo kids from a moon. He swaps with Chewbacca.
Oh, yeah, that could happen.
I did it, Papa! I saved you!
Ooh, could Rey be a clone of Palpatine? That could explain why her force powers are so off the charts, and why she could, without any training, really control them.
And then the I don't like that per se, but now you've said it. You know, parents were nobodies. Yeah, because they weren't really their parents. They
Tangerine Star 26 said it, just so you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to take the credit for that.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. If her parents mean nothing, that's true, because she's a clone. Doesn't need to learn anything. It's all innate. She can't be light or dark because, you know, Luke said she's going towards the dark because she's got this dark inside of her. I don't know. It's a bit... Or reincarnation. But I feel like, you know, subvert expectations, making Rey the villain at the end, and then making Kylo the one that tries to turn her back would be interesting. You know, Force Ghost Luke with Kylo would be kind of interesting. Like, you know, Force Ghost battle. I don't think it should be that literal. I'm more inclined to see Snoke was actually Palpatine the whole time, but he didn't want to be Palpatine again, because if he resets to pretend to be someone else, then you can create a new legacy of power. You know, it's just you know, because there's you know nothing about him, because he came from nowhere. He came from the Outer Rim. You know, a mystery of guy that's mega powerful. You know, you think the Jedi are dead. This guy comes in. He's all powerful. He knows the secrets of Star Destroyers and super weapons and stuff. Wouldn't you fear him? You know, and if you know nothing, isn't mystery even more scary? Yes, honestly. And then he found it fun to have Kylo Ren be his bitch. You know, if I can make Darth Vader's son, Darth Vader's cousin. No, was it nephew? Nephew, my bitch. Good, you know. Luke isn't having no son, so I'd rather him Snoke actually be Palpatine the whole time. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
it wouldn't work in terms of the acting, because Andy Serkis never tried to do that. But like, if he had known, if he had known all three, that would have been great. To put that in the performance would have been really snazzy. But yeah.
And David Ellis says, I would not put it past Abrams to blow R2-D2 up or disappear into a black hole. In the Kelvin timeline, he was seen floating as debris above Vulcan, and also in the other movie as well. Yeah, I think J.J. Abrams has it out for R2-D2 and Star Wars, two of my favorite things. I think that's why I might have issues with Mr. Abrams. I don't know. D.A. Gordon puts in $5. Thank you very much. My son is 13 in August. All he cares about is lightsabers. That's cool. I wish I would have brought my lightsabers down. I could have like fired them up, but they're upstairs in the ready room. Yes.
Lightsabers are fun. I designed one years ago. Fun to design
did you?
a new one. I mean,
did you build your own? Because then your training's complete once you build it.
Oh, I would have. No, it was literally me as like a 12-year-old, so I didn't have much design. I think I had it that it's a lightsaber with a slightly longer hilt, because the hilt has like not a cap, but it's like a thing you can take off, and it becomes a smaller blade, like a reserve blade. So if this top bit gets destroyed, you can kind of like flip it over and swap, and you got a secondary blade. For reasons, I think it also had different crystals, so it was a completely separate power source. If the first one's whatevered, I thought that'd just be fun.
So, as far as Star Wars trailers go, I'm gonna rate this one. As far as Star Wars teasers go, I'm gonna rate this one. I'm gonna have to do this 8.5 out of 10, because it gives me hope. It gives me new hope, if you will, that we will not have a return to the Jedi, but perhaps possibility of the Empire striking back with a Skywalker. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I was trying to be clever.
Did pretty
Didn't
well.
work.
You did pretty
Nope.
well. And Palpatine will be the Phantom Menace, obviously. Clones of him will attack.
Oh, they will. They
And
will
then he
indeed.
will then get revenge on Luke. You know, the revenge of the Sith will come. And then, of course...
But then the Force will awaken, right?
well, again, I mean, it has to wake up every morning. But that's just the day cycle,
True.
you know.
True.
And the Last Jedi
And then-
will win at strip poker.
Ah, yes. And
That'd
then
be
there'll be
good
the
too.
rise of the Skywalker.
And there we go. But in terms of plot
This
holes,
is why you come here, guys. This is why you come here.
but in terms of plot holes, Stuart, you know, I see a lot of plot holes in this episode. You know, continuity problems all around.
Oh, do you?
So we're doing our Discovery spiel. You know, you went
Okay,
8.875, and I see plot holes and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions in this teaser.
And as we
Which
know,
I-
Stuart, if the setup isn't good enough, the payoff will be shit.
Hmm.
Because they're setting up a red planet history. If they don't go to a red planet, if that stormtrooper's not there, this setup will fail and the payoff will be bad. We're mocking ourselves. No, I'm not even going to give it a rating. It's a good teaser. It does its job very well, and it actually gives me some hope for the next one. Because the fact is, the next one could have been anything. The title's shit, but the Palpatine bit makes the trailer good. Like, it's a solid
Yeah.
teaser. That's really interesting. And then the name's shit. But the rest of it's good, so it's fine.
And Dan23, I agree. Just don't call a lightsaber a laser sword. I hate the term laser sword. And it was meant. Luke said it. God damn it. Luke said it in The Last Jedi. Anyway.
So last super chat, guys, and then we can go do our own thing. I'm going to go back to...
Well, it's been 2 hours. It doesn't feel like 2 hours.
It does not feel...
This has been fun. This has been a great, just chill hangout. I love this. We should probably do this more often.
Well, it's nice to talk about new things, but, like, when it's just, like, stuff, I don't know. No, this we had no expectations. I said this on the off chance. This has been good. So, yeah.
Has been good. Originally, Sylvia was going to join me, but she was really tired, so she went for a nap. So it would have been nice to have her involved with this as well, but we'll see.
Well, I think, I mean, we'll definitely do for the trailer as well, because you guys' reaction has been brilliant on this. We'll definitely talk about it. And we'll do an Orville end of season. Well, I think you said we'll do the ones leading up to end of season and end of season. We'll split up into 2 lives, probably 2 in 2 days. Obviously, Discovery season finale this week. Did you check out, just a little Discovery before our super chat, did you see the interview with a lady that wrote the last episode on the Ready Room, the after show thing?
Did not. No.
Damn bubbly lady. I give her credit for personality. She's the new showrunner, half showrunner. She impressed me as a personality, but it made me laugh when the interviewer asked her, "So what's your favourite Star Trek moment?" And there's so much to choose from. And she said, you know, I was a fan of TOS when I was a kid, as they all have to, I think contractually have to say. They always say that. And she said, well, I've always, you know, of all Star Trek, remember, the question was all Star Trek. I've always liked Spock, you know, and how he deals with being human. I know he's an alien, but that. And I liked in one of the new movies, you know, when he said the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. That was a really strong message. I was like, do you mean Wrath of Khan? Or are you referencing Into Darkness? Is that all you could come up with? Really?
Are you shitting me right now?
That was her, yeah. I was like, I don't think you've seen most of Star Trek if that's what you're referencing. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I agree with you. I think they are all contractually obligated to, I love TOS. Yeah, I grew up with TOS. I watched all of TOS. I love TOS. I watched it with my dad. Blah, blah, blah. It's like the thing to say because we're working on Discovery, which is pre-TOS. Yeah. But yeah, that sounds like a not thought out response, and it's going to focus on the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one like Michael Burnham going to the future, or the crew, the handful of crew going to the future to save all of the universe sentient life. Wow, it just seems like such a I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. This is the premise behind the last episode. Here you go.
It just made me laugh because that was her chance to say, "Oh, I love when Picard you know, in a light. Oh, I love when like she didn't reference anything else of all the Star Trek. She didn't even know what that was from. Oh, and she said that reference needs the many for that movie, but I haven't seen it except that first time. So you're saying you've only seen Wrath of Khan once, or you've only seen Into Darkness once? And if you've got Into Darkness, that's a very low bar. So
that's probably exactly what she was referring to too.
But like,
oh.
like every Trek fan's seen Wrath of Khan more than once. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's the fact that she. So I felt very underwhelmed by her Star Trek knowledge. I think you know she probably likes the idea of Trek, but the fact that that was her chance to impress people, and she dropped the ball heavily on. You know, because you ask people what's your favorite Trek moment, you're like, Best of Both Worlds, Year of Hell, animated series with the going backwards. You know, you just throw shit.
Too many to name, man. There's too many.
Yeah.
Picard, a Star Wars story. Yes. Oh, we got our last super chat, by the way, from Eugene. Reliable, dependable Eugene puts in 250 rubles. Thank you very much. Lightsabers are fun. Kids love them. Fans love them. Saber fighting is fun. Activity, fan film genre. Absolutely. Yeah. It's also good exercise. Too bad they are underused in the new trilogy, mostly because of the hate for the prequels.
Yeah.
You know, the saber fights in the prequels were epically awesome. But they diminished the whole original trilogy battles, unfortunately. I don't know. I'd like really impressive saber fights. I really do. So.
Okay.
Dan 23 Trekyards and chill. Hey. Hey baby.
Okay.
You don't do that.
Okay. Well, we'll see you on Tuesday for an live, and Wednesday we'll talk about something cool. Please go do enjoy our last episode we come out today. We don't ever get to say that because we never do a live on Saturday on the Saber class, a 2019 special ultra remaster special new stuff.
The lightsaber class?
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be. Yeah. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Excellent. And on that note, guys.
Okay.
See you soon. Live long and prosper. Live long and logic. Wait, no. May the force be with.
May the force be with you, and don't go watch Last Jedi. It's shit. Bye, everyone. But nice visually.
Rogue One. Rogue One instead. Go.
Although I will say, because I've got to control the button here.
You do.
I want to watch Rogue One again, but I want to watch it in 4K, but they never released a 4K because that was just before the 4K. And that annoys me because I feel like if you want to rewatch it, do it in properly, but there's no 4K of it. I'm a bit disappointed about. I'm just saying.
Bye.
Like,